It's time to start the show. Yeah, it's time to start the show. Off the top rope, 4-figure leg lock. Ric Flair with the chest chop. Haters wonder why I never tap out. A young king like DeMarcus. Undertaker with a coffin. Choke slam so often. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Man, the boy keep flossing. Man, the boy keep talking. I'm with David. I'm to say. And I got something to say. And I got something to say. Let's start the show.
Wrestling with Things, giving you another episode here right now. And if you have not been tagging along with the flurry of trades and signings that is known as the NBA offseason and NBA free agency, I feel terribly bad for you. We were just talking a few minutes ago, in fact, about how the NBA and the NFL are just head and shoulders above every other sport. Like, I'm sorry, baseball fans, but how do you guys watch baseball? How do they do it, Sam?
I really don't see it. I
God.
feel like that is one of the most boring sports, probably next to golf.
My goodness.
But I really can't hate it. It's a tough sport.
It is a certainly tough sport. It takes a lot of talent to hit a ball that's coming that fast at you. Like, these guys are spiking it, but
accuracy.
It takes a lot of skill, but it's boring. It's dull. But nonetheless, let's get back into the topic at hand. Sammy, there's been a lot of trades. You know, Paul George is going to the West. Jimmy Butler's going to the West. Chris Paul staying in the West. Blake Griffin staying in the West. Paul Millsap went to the West. You see a pattern there?
It's crazy.
So, Sammy, I'm going to ask you, and you could include free agency as a whole. What free agency move do you think is going to have the biggest impact on next year's NBA season?
I would have to say, I would say the one that would be the most impactful is probably Paul Millsap to Denver.
Wow. I don't think that's the sexy pick.
It's not, but if you really think about it, think about where, it might take them, because this is a team that was fighting in the bottom, that didn't even get the chance to be in postseason. It hasn't since the Melo era. Mm-hmm. So I feel like him going to Denver will take him over that notch, probably get him in the 6th or 7th seed.
And you know what? I do think that's going to help them a lot. Many don't look at Paul Millsap as a true star player, but he's made multiple All-Stars. He's one of those players that he's not the flashiest, he's not the most athletic, but you'll look at the stat sheet and he'll have like 20, 11, and like a good 4 assists and like 3 steals. And he's really a small ball power forward, but he knows how to rebound pretty big. He spreads the floor with his shooting, and he passes the ball really well. He functioned really well in the Hawks. That Hawks system that is kind of modeled after the Spurs. Yeah, he's very consistent. I think he's going to bring a lot of that same thing to Denver. And the great thing about it is I think him and Jokic can have chemistry, for the simple fact that we saw last year Jokic was getting some triple-doubles with assists. This is a center. He can pass the hell out of that ball.
Sure.
So when he's passing the hell out of that ball, Paul Millsap's a big man that's not ball dominant. He doesn't need to pound the ball and dribble the air out of it. So Jokic is going to be able to set him up easy if he's being doubled, and he could shoot, or Millsap could do it vice versa, because Millsap's a proven passer himself.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that in the NBA offseason that's catching my attention, and obviously the rest of the NBA community, is the power shifting even more to the West, and the Eastern Conference becomes more Leastern, as Skip Bayless would say, the Leastern Conference. But Sammy, just right now, I know free agency ain't over. There's still some moves to be made. Still some good free agents out there, too, actually, if you really pay attention. What do you have your Western Conference looking like? The top 8 teams, in no specific order.
No specific order. Of course, you got Warriors, Spurs, Houston has 3. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like Clippers will slip. So I feel like, Timberwolves might take the spot or OKC, and then I can't really count out Memphis if Marc Gasol doesn't.
You were so loyal to the soil for Memphis, man. They do that. I'll give them this. They scratch and claw.
They do it every year, you know.
They definitely they scratch their way to relevance.
Yeah, and I feel like Denver
they get weaker every year at the same time too.
Yeah, with age, but at the same time,
and support cast and talent too, like. So, but I can see why you would give them their respect. Because of how many times they made it.
Yeah, they usually get through, and I would say Denver.
What's the rest of the seedings?
Denver takes a big jump, and I really can't count out Portland, but I feel like Portland and Pelicans will be that battle for 8.
You know, Portland's that team that I feel like, wow, every young and up and coming team I feel like try to at least be aggressive. I feel like Portland just sticks around and kind of doesn't make any significant moves, or it looks like they try to bolster their roster. And they got 2 of the greatest perimeter scorers and shooters in the game. I don't understand why they don't become more aggressive with players like a Paul Millsap. You don't need to get like a superstar, but why not try to get a guy who's available like Greg Monroe? That's another great guy to add to your team who's not that expensive and could contribute in a lot of ways. Like, I don't get why they just stand pat and they seem content. So I don't have Portland. I don't have Portland in. I don't have the Clippers in, and I don't have Utah in.
What's your list?
So I got Warriors, Spurs, Houston, Oklahoma City, the Timberwolves, Denver, the Lakers. Call me crazy, the Lakers. I think they're gonna shock. Yo, LA's back. That's all I'm gonna say. LA is back. The Lakers, and believe it or not, the Pelicans. I think 1 year with DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis and a motivated Jrue Holiday that just got a fat contract, and they might fill out the roster with some other decent people out there. I think they could be way better than people expect as an underdog team. Please, man.
They still, if you look at their roster, did nothing
Put
really,
some respect on Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins' name.
But nothing is shit.
You don't respect their superstardom if you're saying they don't have a shot off talent alone.
But you're the guy.
Carry the Pelicans without any supporting cast to carry the Pelicans into a bottom half, because Anthony Davis did it by himself that 1 year. I think they have a shot at stealing.
But you're the guy right now. You're disrespecting Portland's superstardom
because their superstardom's more easier to beat.
How is it easier to beat if
they've
been in playoffs ever since DeMarcus Cousins left?
Even the West doesn't have many teams that have a power forward in the center that can match up with Anthony Davis and DeMarcus consistently. That's why. That's a big thing to exploit. That's a big thing in the Pelicans' favor. Two big men that could score, pass, and rebound. Like that's insane. There's not a lot of combos, front courts that could mess with that. And yeah, that's what I have it looking like.
I mean, I don't see how you can say Lakers are gonna somehow scratch and claw over
because they got
guys who are hard to stop.
They got the face of the big baller brand. They got Ingram. They got Randall. They got LeVar Ball. They got Brook Lopez. They got Magic Johnson in the front office. All of this is coming together like a sweet, beautiful, entertaining puzzle, and I love it.
Oh, please.
If you agree with any of our predictions, feel free to let us know in the comment section, and like us on Facebook at Wrestling with Things, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Wrestling with Things.